Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Harcourt's Holmwood auction room. My name is Kyle Siebert. I'm one of three auctioneers working with you this morning. My colleagues, Daniel Pengelly and Bridget Andrews, we're really looking forward to working with you as you work towards home ownership today, perhaps for the first, second, third time. Hey, look, whatever your situation, it's great to have you with us. On behalf of our Managing Director, Tony Jenkins, our CEO, Kyle Sutherland, and the wider team, a very good morning. Now, in just a short moment, we're going to offer you an excellent catalogue of real estate. In the case of each of those properties, the listing agent will have furnished you with the required documentation for your preparation. That includes the auction contract buyers, and it's to that document I take you now. You'll see on the front page there is a conduct of auction. Those are the rules by which we operate here in the auction room. They're straightforward and very easy to understand. But I know some of you will be here for the first time, and I can see a few nervous faces already, so we're going to go through the conduct briefly now. In the case of each property, the vendor has provided us with a confidential reserve price. Subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bid, a bidder whose bid we accept, will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that reserve price, that's not the end of the auction. Our practice here at Holmwood is to pause the auction. We move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder, and we offer that person the opportunity to purchase the property. Now, this is really important. On the odd occasion during that discussion, our sellers may say to us, look, Kyle or Dan or Bridget, we're happy with this negotiated price. We'd like to withdraw the property from the auction and sell it outside of the room without disclosing our reserve price to the room. Now, that can be very disappointing for buyers who remain here in the room with interest, so my advice to you to avoid that disappointment is simply make sure you hold the highest bid at all times. Now, the team is here ready to work with you in that endeavour. Of course, you've got Jason Wills here, our operations manager. He'll be taking notes of the bidding today, as well as Hayden Broadbelt, auction floor manager, Fendleton branch owner and business owner. If you have any questions, if you need assistance with your paperwork, please don't hesitate to sing out to one of these good gentlemen. Now, you may hear the phrase vendor bid today. A vendor bid is a bid placed by an auctioneer on behalf of an owner. It's always well below the reserve price, and it's always clearly identified to you, so you can bid against them with confidence. And look, you are bidding on the basis that you've read and understood the REA sale and purchase guide that has been provided to you. If you are the lucky last bidder, of course, you have a couple of obligations. You pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, you sign the contract, and when you sign that contract, you're acknowledging receipt of the guide. Now, you might hear our colleagues bidding on behalf of buyers. We'll do our very best to point them out to you. And just be aware that as auctioneers, we have the right to reject bids. We have the right to refuse them if they're not in the best interests of our owners, and we can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. Now, that's most of the boring admin out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look now to our first property of the day. I should quickly say a good morning to the people joining us at holmwood.co.nz via the live stream. Our CEO, Kyle Sutherland, Managing Director, Tony Jenkins, welcome you. Best of luck today. Number 1 marble this morning was drawn by number 16, Napier Drive in Wigram, brought to the market by Marie Sherry from our Island 2 office. She's no stranger to the auction room. She certainly lists some beautiful property. For me, this is an absolute peach. I'll tell you more about why in just a moment, but the contract describes a freehold title. 649 square metres more or less. You're bidding on a lot 110, deposited plan 444817, and your settlement date Friday the 12th of September 2025. You might be working to a pre-agreed date. Now, this is in a very established part of Wigram. It is obviously number 16 Napier Drive. It feels ever so private, doesn't it, Marie? Surrounded by great neighbours, high-quality homes. We know one of the neighbours, so we can guarantee the fact that she is a lovely person. And I'm not surprised because birds of a feather and our owners are just wonderful people themselves. They are loath to leave this beautiful home. They've invested so much care and attention and so much fastidious maintenance into this home that you are being handed a product that is in absolutely immaculate condition today. For me, Marie, I think the highlight, probably for many buyers, is that landscaping, that outdoor area. It's 100% private. It's as though it was designed by Beatrix Potter because it is ever so charming. I think the word enchanting was in your heading. I'm not surprised. It's just a beautiful spot to be in. Certainly a great place to have your little ones run around and enjoy, and I think your guests will be ever so envious. The inside, great configuration, good design, I have to say. It just makes great sense. You've got separate spaces for separate occasions, but every room is sunny, every room is warm and dry, and this is just a home that works. So I'm at risk of going on forever, Marie. Let's get underway here at 16 Napier Drive in Wigram. Who do we welcome to the neighbourhood here at Napier Drive? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in your hands. I look for an opening bid or offer. 700, nice to meet you at $700,000. Best of luck with your bidding today. At 700, is there an easy move to 750, bidders and buyers? It should be a quick and easy bid. At 700, I have first call. Second call at $700,000. And 750, nice to meet you, sir. In front now, and 750 against you, and 800. Nice and sensible bid there at $800,000. Can I say 850 for you, sir? At 800, I have. Going once at $800,000. Second call, 840. Change of pace there at 840. Fight fire with fire at 870. 30 now. The increase at 870, straight to 900, shall I say, sir? On the first call at $870,000. Twice the money now, 870. Where was that? Hey, nice to meet you, sir. At 890 I have. 920 the call. That's a prudent move there at $920,000. What can I say, sir? 940. He adds 20. 950. Down a gear there at 950. 10 the rise. How do we respond, sir? At 950,000 going once at 950. All the action. Where was that? 960. Nice to meet you at $960,000. At 960 the call. Madam, 970? Well, you started this, ma'am, you should finish it. People watching this in Sydney, watching these prices, they're weeping. They can't believe how much on offer here. Even Auckland, under $1 million. At 960 I have, bids here. Just the one bid, there was plenty here. So are we going to put ourselves in front? I'll take 5 if you like. 965 against you there. Offer you the same courtesy, ma'am. Our job's to, how much? 970. Another 5 as well. At 970 the call. Beautiful landscaping. It's a home that just feels good. I think that comment was the number one comment in your feedback reports, Marie. The home feels good, and that adds to value. It underpins your value when you go to sell. I don't know why you would, though. Ma'am, I've got to manage your regret here. You can't call me in 3 days and say, I should have bid another 5. We've got to do it now. Are we sure? I'll take 2.5. What about the other decision maker? At $970,000 bids here, is it Jason? Yes. At 970, going once, twice, sir. Would you bid me 2.5? Yep. 2.5 it is. Maybe straight to $1 million. Shake him off. 980. Good work there. Perhaps some hesitation though, sir, for the first time at 980. Might be encouraging for you at $980,000. It's a pretty short drive to KFC as well. Come to think of it, at 980. Sir, would you give me another 2,000? Going once at $980,000. Would 1,000 tempt you, sir? Second call at 980,000. We love a comeback story, my good man here, sir. Are we certain? Back of the room, third and final call at 980, sir. If there's no further bidding, I'll have a conversation with these people that may not return from that discussion. Would you give me 1,000? You look so tempted, sir. End the tyranny of the open home schedule today, sir. You want to be at the beach? Not hitting the bricks, sir, on the weekend. What do you say? No? All right, we need to have a conversation outside of the room. Can't sell to you at the current level. Auction is open at 980 for a quick chat. Open means if there is any change, please let us know. We'll be back with you soon.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be up here for our next auction, which is 6 bar 255 Kilmore Street in Christchurch Central. It's been superbly brought to the market by the lovely Cindy Lee St Clair from our Maryvale office. A very warm welcome to our owner. I must commend you on how beautifully presented you had your home to take to the market. To the contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 85 square metres more or less, on Certificate of Title 928540. Now, settlement date is set down for the 25th of September 2025 unless you're working to a pre-arranged date and the chattels remain the same as per the contract. Well, sorry, this is such a great spot here. It's a very cool town pad. It's set well back from the road, it's secure. It's sunny inside, it's modern and light. The downstairs, it's dedicated to living. I love the kitchen, it's sleek and modern. It all seamlessly flows through to that living area, and you've got those doors opening out to that fantastic outdoor area. It gets all that lovely afternoon, evening sun, perfect for fresco dining or barbecues. Upstairs, you've got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's a treat having the 2 bathrooms. Perfect if you want to have a flatmate or you've got guests staying. Now, you won't need a car living here because everything is within walking distance. Only 15 minutes to walk to the CBD, all those vibrant bars and cafes and shops. And then you can walk to that new stadium when that stadium is built and go to all the concerts and sports games. It's just really easy living. Pomeries is just around the corner. There's your Sunday roast sorted out. This is just such a good opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen. So, with all that said, I will get us underway. I look for your opening bid at 6 bar 255 Kilmore Street. Does someone want to start me away? Opening bid. A shy lot this morning. Is there 400,000? Somewhere nice and easy to start. Looking for 400. 400. Good luck today. Welcome in, sir. Nice to meet you at 400. At 400, who goes next? Let's travel in 25s, nice and easy. Looking for 425. At 400,000, first call. You like a nice Sunday roast, sir? Have you been to Pomeries before? It's a great pub. Second call at 400. Third call at 400,000. Well, look, I'm going to place a vendor bid at 425,000. Appreciate the property's worth more than that. I invite you back at 450 and we can have a conversation. At 425, shaking the head. Will you bid me 430 then perhaps and we can have a conversation? All right, 430,000 now. At 430, I look for any further bids, otherwise I will pause and have a chat to this gentleman. We'll be kicking ourselves when that new stadium is built and we haven't got one of these properties. A perfect Airbnb, rental, walk to all those games. All right, first call at 430, second call, third and final call at 430. Well, sir, look, you are my only bidder. I'm not at level I can sell. We're going to pause the auction. We'll have a conversation outside the room. The auction is still open and live, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a change of mind, we'll be back with you shortly with Jeffreys Road.
All right, bidders and buyers, we move swiftly along now. We go to Fendleton. It is number 92A Jeffreys Road, brought to the market by Jack and Jan, Marshall and Morley from the Fendleton office. Jan's just popped out for a business appointment in Vietnam, but Jack holds the fort here. And I know they enjoy working with these owners because they are fabulous, fastidious, proactive vendors. We've dealt with them before. Suede and Lemonade is the name of their outfit, and boy, do they do a good job in reinvigorating homes across our region. This particular one, 92A Jeffreys Road, is a freehold title. It is 494 square metres of very manageable but highly valuable land. Lot 2, deposit plan 616614, and your settlement date the 3rd of October 2025. You might be working to a pre-arranged date. This home, you'd be forgiven 100% for thinking it's absolutely brand spanking new. It's got that feeling throughout the home. You step inside, it's got warmth, it's got beautiful decor. And the exterior, I just think, is so impressive. That metal tray cladding, that blonde stained cedar. Indeed, blonde never looked so smart. It really does paint a really pretty picture. A double-sided gas fire for warmth. Just one of the many features, the fixtures, the fittings, the appliances that are both high quality but also fit seamlessly into the blend of decor and the atmosphere throughout this home. You've got a downstairs bedroom facilities that underpins your value when it comes time to sell, and really great school options, of course, boys and girls high, Burnside, and don't forget Fendleton Primary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just a cut above the rest in my view, and you have an opportunity now to purchase it. So let's get underway here at 92A Jeffreys Road in Fendleton. Who starts us away with an opening salvo? Where do we begin? Maybe 1.1? Be a sensible place to start. 1.1. Hayden Ralston, my licensed colleague. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you, sir, at 1.1 on behalf of his clients. And away we go. Is there somebody take me to 1.2? Don't let me limit you. At 1.1 I have. Going once at $1,100,000. Second call, ma'am. You've got to be careful. I thought you were bidding just there. She knows good property. Worth a bid here at 1.1 I have. Third and final call, is there 1.2? Perhaps a 50,000 on the rise? All right, Hayden, I'm going to place that vendor bid myself at $1,150,000. Invite you to take 1.2. Not for sale at these levels, of course. Should be easy bidding at $1,150,000 a vendor bid on the first call. Twice the money. You're well ensconced away from the hustle bustle of one of our main arterial routes. Very convenient location, but you'd never know it. It's so private and quiet. Second, third call, 1.2. I do appreciate it, 1.2. 1.2 the call. First chance at 1.2. Twice. Third and final call at 1.2. Hayden, I'm going to place a final vendor bid at $1,250,000. 1.25 is where I stop. Encourage you to improve on that for a chance at a conversation. We're not selling at these levels. I would have thought there would have been competition here in the room, but perhaps in just the wider market at $270,000 now. Leading bid at $1,270,000. Once called at $1,270,000. If there is competing interest today, now is your chance. In fact, I'll give you two more. Second call at $1,270,000. Third and final call. Any better bid? Any better offer? All right, we need to have a conversation. Good opportunity for you to avoid the wider market, the conditional market. Folks, if there is any new bid, please do get in touch with the team. Auction is open. Back with you soon.
Atamarie, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Pengelly. I happily take you to our next property in the catalogue. Just before I do, I'd just like to point out Lynn Cawthorne here. She is the head of our property management division. Lynn, your role is business development manager. Is that right? So what that means is Lynn and her team look after nearly 2,000 rental properties across Christchurch. She's got her finger on the pulse of what people are after, what is in need in the rental market. So if you're thinking of dipping your toe into that market, she's the lady to talk to about where to buy, what are tenants asking for. If you're thinking of doing some research, I believe she's good for a coffee and a muffin, Lynn. Even if you don't want to buy a rental, she's still good for a coffee and a muffin. So I leave that up to you. Now, I take you to our next property. It is 78 Fendleton Road in Fendleton, brought to the market by Ash and Spencer Sutherland. Todd, good luck to you, Ash. Good luck to our owners here this morning. The property itself, formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 683 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Ash and Spencer have provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Settlement that's proposed for Friday, the 19th of September 2025, or any other date, mutually agreed in writing already with our owners. Now, that list of chattels remains unchanged. It is substantial, and I do note that there are a few chattels here that will be passed to you in an as-is, whereas condition, but they've been there on the documentation the whole time. So there's no surprises there, and I do take it that you've read and understood further terms 23 through to 26 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis that you have read and accepted those. Now, this home, my goodness, there is a lot on offer. I believe in 2016, Ash, our owners got hold of this house and they renovated it, and my goodness, did they do a good job. First thing that struck me when I walked in was I thought, well, you know, black is just such a bold choice. Gosh, it never goes out of fashion. You've got that front automatic gate securing your off-street parking, which is substantial. My guess was at least 6-7 cars, Ash, that you could be fitting up that driveway. Wonderful entrance pergola, huge space. Gosh, you could host a party, I believe, at your entrance pergola in this property. Inside, you've got ducted heating, 3 zones. You've got that feature gas fireplace. You've even got an inbuilt sound system all ready to go for that winter entertaining. You've got upstairs, you don't even see it, a Euro tray roof. I don't even know what that means, but my goodness, it sounds good, doesn't it? Euro tray roof, that you've got that outdoor deck that's north facing, the cleverly designed storage cupboards at the end of that inbuilt there for you. You've got a media room, the lounge, walls of library shelving and desks. I did notice that was a theme through the house, through the living areas, through the bedrooms, space for shelving, space for study, making sure that you are not only entertained but also having that chance to research and work and do the good, healthy parts of life. That dining area, my goodness, gorgeous with that sloping wooden ceiling. The master suite, 6 wardrobes I counted in the master suite. That is not one that I've counted in Christchurch anywhere so far. The wonderful kids' rooms, beautiful colour, beautiful design. The guest room, quite neutral, I noticed, in decor, so that you can have all sorts of guests over to stay without challenging their aesthetics. And upstairs, of course, that wonderful family room. What a wonderful bonus. Gosh, if you've got teenagers and kids, you're never going to see them. They're just going to be up there and you'll hardly even hear them. The thing, though, Ash, that really captured my imagination was the laundry, surprisingly. The giant washer-dryer that are staying there with you. Professional Miele is what they're called. Apparently you can't get them in New Zealand anymore, and honestly I just thought that's my weekends back. I'd just be putting everything in one load and then it would be in the dryer. I thought it was probably big enough to wash your dog in, but that's up to you. Let's get started. Where do we see value? Who wants to get themselves into Fendleton with this wonderful property? Happy to suggest a price, perhaps. I know, Ash, you've got potential interest on the phone. Give you a chance to talk and consider. So much on offer here. I think I spent the whole hour open home roaming the house because there was so much to take in. Ash, well, I'll get things underway then at 1.9 million on a vendor bid. Draw a bit of a line in the sand. At 1.9 with a vendor bid with me, my suggestion 950 from here. First call then at $1.9 million. Second call Third, final call at 1.9. 9.25. Ash, respectfully, a little bit early for 25s. Would you go to the 50? $1.9 with me on a vendor bid. Lot to consider at auctions. $1.9 with me. 1930. I'll work with you at 1930. At 1930. Wish them good luck, Ash. At 1,930,000. I do seek that 1950 though. First time at 1930. Second, third, final opportunity. Look, Ash, I'm just going to place one last vendor bid then at 950. 1950. Would they come back at 1980? 1950 with me on a vendor bid. If I see no further interest from the room, we'll pause. We'll have a conversation. At 1,950,000. All the work's done here. You can just move in and enjoy. These lovely winter days would be lovely here in this home, turning on that sound system. Absolutely, Ash. 1970, thank you so much for working with me. At 1970, the auction's open and live, but if I see no further bidding, we're going to pause with our bidder and have a conversation. Once, twice, third, final time. The auction is open and live, but paused at 1970. Ash, good luck. We'll find a room for you and our owners to have a conversation, and we will get back to you shortly to take you to Marshlands.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please turn your attention back to number 16, Napier Drive in Wigram. We left the room on a live bid at $980,000. There was a quick discussion outside of the room and a nominal increase there to $985,888. So 985 and 888. And it's somebody's lucky day because they take ownership of a phenomenal home here at 16 Napier Drive. I'll count it down 3 times. We're on the market at $985,888. My vendors are here. Nice to see you. My vision's going, I do apologise. We're on the market and selling after a wonderful happy tenure. It is first call at 985 and 888, second call. Any better bid? Any better offer? In this case, $112 will put you in pole position. Third and final call. Any better bid? Property's going. It is going. This lovely young couple, would you like me to knock it down? Shall I do it now? They're discussing. Is the answer yes? Gone and sold. Congratulations. Maria's always wonderful campaign to our owners. Thanks so much for the opportunity. All of the very best. And congratulations to our purchasers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go now to an opportunity in Merivale. Oh, indeed I will. 2 minutes. Back with you soon. That's all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go now to Merivale. It is a slight change in the order. You will note number 1 at 56 Hewitts Road has come forward in the order of sale. We'll get to Ellesmere and the other properties in our catalogue shortly, but for now we go to number 1 at 56 Hewitts Road. It is in the prestigious suburb of Merivale. It's brought to the market by the Hamptons. Feel at home with the Hamptons. Catherine and Peter, of course, working very hard with our clients, our vendors, the family. In this case, they've been a pleasure to work with, very, very proactive people, really easy to get in touch with. They've answered our questions. They've been forthcoming and proactive in terms of providing information. You do understand today in bidding that you bid on the basis that the property is sold as an as-is, where-is, as per the further terms. You will have read and understood those quite clearly, including an element of it being an estate sale. Hey, folks, you can see the opportunity here, and I think if you're here to bid, you understand how important this proximity to so many popular parts of Christchurch is, how important the blue chip nature of this particular precinct is. You are just a hop, skip and a jump from all of the wonderful eateries and restaurants at Merivale. You head the other way and you're into Hagley Park, which is many, many hectares of lawn you don't have to mow. There's outstanding schooling, some of the country's most prestigious schooling options in the vicinity. You are zoned for some of them as well. And of course, one of those prestigious schools just across the road. So the value really here is in the underpinning land, but the home itself has actually been upgraded in a very beautiful fashion. You've got lovely carpet throughout, a sleek and stylish, light and bright kitchen you can see pictured there. Upstairs, ample bedroom accommodation. Your tenant or your family will be ever so happy living here. It just feels like you get plenty of vitamin D throughout the day. That's the advantage of having this prime front spot in the development. It's got the bonus of that wonderful balcony space. I can imagine having wonderful drinks out there, enjoying the sunshine throughout the day and certainly in the late afternoon as well. A very, very easy to maintain courtyard outside. Look, I just think there's so much on offer here, and when you think about education, leisure and recreation, that is really a trifecta that lends itself to outstanding capital growth. So you roll your sleeves up here, bidders and buyers, and you reap the benefits. Let's get underway here at number 1 at 56 Hewitts Road in Merivale. I look for an opening bidder offer. Who starts us away? Statistically, the opening bidder most likely to win the auction. Does that help you? Wouldn't sell at $450. Maybe that's a sensible place to start. It's nice and light at that level, for sure. At $450 should be an easy bid. Where is that? Back left. At $450,000. Welcome to the bidding, sir. Who takes me straight to 500 or nice, cheap and cheerful 25,000? 500, that's good work. Catherine, against you there, sir, at 500. And 25, can I say? At 525 on the nod. Against you now, Catherine, at 525. At 525, the call. Going once at 525. Twice at 525. Third and final call. 530, that is 5. Yep, 530,000. That's a change of pace there, sir. Catherine, I'm almost inclined to reject that offer, but we'll work with you, see how we get on. At 530 I have, sir. Would you... another 5? I thought you might offer me a little bit more. At 535. Against you now, Catherine, at 535. 535, the bid going once. Is there somebody to take me straight to 550? The value should be there. 550, nice to meet you, sir. He knows the value at $550,000. Once called at 550. We know one of the neighbours in the block, lovely man, at 550. If that doesn't help, I mean, good neighbours, what more could you ask for? At 550 I have. And 5, was it, sir? 555. 555, look alive, you're in front, sir, at 555. Something stronger, perhaps? At 555 I have. Once called. Twice the money now. Third and final call. 560. Welcome to the race, sir, at $560,000 and 5 again at 565. Can I say 74, you, sir? At 565, sir. Could I ask you just to step a step that way? Just so I don't confuse you and your opponent. At 565 I have. You do hold the highest bid, sir. Sir, can I say 570?
575, please.
575. That's good work at 575. Little bit of elbow grease, the upside in this location. Hello, as my boss would say. At 575. First chance. Catherine's bidder. Second call at 575. And 80. And 80 the bid. First call at 580. Second call at 580. Third and final call. 585. And 90. And 90 the bid. Not often a wallflower there, Tom. What are we doing? At 590. He's got a big booming voice. Let's hope he uses it. At 590. Once called. Twice. Third and final call, 590 I have, Kath, against you. Confirm? Back of the room at 590. 595. And 595. With you, Kath, at 595, sir. Would you say 600 for me? 599. 599.
I'll give you 600.
No, you won't. That's just 1,000. Would you give me something stronger? Try 604 there, Tom. Catherine, I've just said no to Tom. Would you give me 604 and then we can talk ones? What about you, Tom? All right, look, I'm going to go with Tom's bid. He had it first at 1,000. Kath, against you at 600 exactly.
604, please.
604, okay then, a 604. There it is. And on top, can I say? 605, all right, sir. Offer you the same courtesy at 605, just the 1,000. Big discussions being had. At 605, all of them should include projections for our city. It's locations like these where winners purchase at 605. Once called. Second call. Third and final call at 605. Kath, against you, Kath. 610 and 611. 611. Catherine, not your bid. It's 611. Going once at $611,000. New interest is welcome. Twice the money now, 611. Third and final call. So many good school zones, Kath. You could get expelled several times, you'll be okay. At 6:11, that was the third call, any better bid. I'll take 500. All done in silent. At 6:11, any new interest at $611,000. Once, twice. Third and final call at 6:11. So you and I need to have a conversation outside of the room in private. Auction is open. I can't sell to you at this level at 6:11. You do hold the highest bid. If there is any improvement, please let us know. Back with you very soon.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I take you back to Unit 6255 Kilmore Street in Christchurch Central. We paused the auction on a live bid of $430,000. We had some negotiations out of the room and there was an increase to that bid to $460,000. But at that level, we're not at a level that I can sell, so we are going to be passing the property in, but I will give you a final chance if there are any other bidders in the room before it goes out to that conditional market. So at $460,000 is the bid to beat at the moment. First call, second time, third and final time at $460. Well, look, Cindy, we're going to look to pass that property in. That pass-in figure is $480,000. Anybody north of that level, give Cindy a call. There's going to be a deadline on this next Wednesday at 3 p.m. So there will be an open home this weekend, I think, on Sunday. So get in touch with Cindy. This is a great opportunity here. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, walk to that new stadium, the CBD. Really great opportunity here. So the property's passed in at $480,000. We'll be back with you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving me your attention. I'm going to take you now to number 2 at 14 Middle Park Road in Upper Riccarton. We will return to Ellesmere shortly. This property has been represented to the market by Sam Bowen. A wonderful campaign, Sam. Good luck to you. Good luck to our owners here this morning. The property itself, formerly described as an estate in Crosslease, comprised of 809 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Sam has provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. The settlement that's proposed for the 10th of September 2025 or any other date mutually agreed in writing with our owners already. That list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I do note that you've read and accepted further terms 23 through to 27 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis that you have read and understood those terms. Now, this is a wonderful rear section. I'm always a fan of just getting that extra bit of privacy down the rear driveway. The driveway itself, modern, tidy, the fencing tidy, and the house itself, permanent material. This, for me, is smart buying here in Upper Riccarton. Down the back, you've got off-street parking as well as that internal garage. And I did note, Sam, that garage extra deep and hidden around the back, that bonus of the workshop or the storage space, depending on what your hobbies are. Inside, large open plan living, open courtyard outside it, the large family bathroom with direct access from that master. The majority of the home double glazed. I think the only one I spotted that wasn't was the garage door, which why would you double glaze it really? And of course, our owners have been very smart here, separating a section of that garage off for that extra office, that extra space, that work from home. Maybe if you're working from home on certain days of the week, that will give you that separation from the kids inside or the other housemates so that you've got that quiet to really focus, or perhaps you build a Lego empire depending on what you want to use that space for. For me here, warm, easy living. There's room to add value, perfectly livable as it is, or perhaps you want to get stuck in, maybe add a new kitchen or a new bathroom. That entirely up to you. I can absolutely speak for this area. I know the owners have been on this property for 40 years. That speaks to a lot of happy memories in this location, and I myself went to high school on the very same street, so I know it's a good area to be where you can invest in yourself and your young ones. So, where do we say go? Who would like to get started and move into Middle Park? Perhaps getting on the housing ladder, perhaps adding a rental investment. Kyle said it earlier, but it remains true. Often the person who starts our auctions is the person finishing them and walking away with the sold sticker. Well, look, I'll get things underway then. If you're hesitating, 500,000 on a vendor bid. Very exciting place to start. From here, I suggest 25,000. 500 with me on a vendor bid. Who wants to get involved? Who wants to make this theirs? Maybe I put you off by saying I went to school in the area. Just so you know, I no longer go to school there. You're not going to have to see me biking past anymore. At 500,000. 525 is what I suggest. Hello, ma'am. Good luck to you today at 525. Let's test that theory and see if you're winning it at the end. At 525, 550, my suggestion from here. First time at $525,000. Second, third, final time at 525. Look, ma'am, probably no surprises. I'll represent my owners at 550. 550 with me on a vendor bid. A lot of home here. My suggestion, 575. 550 with me. 555. Amy, no, Fleur, it is Amy. Yes, Amy working respectfully too early for 5,000. I'm seeking 25,000. At 550 with me, but 575 will get you in. At 550 with me on a vendor. And ma'am, back in at 575. Well done, ma'am. Keep listening to me and you're buying a house today. At 575, 600 is my suggestion, Amy. 575 here. First time at 575,000. The bid's here in the corner. Second time. Third, final time at 575. Respectfully, Amy, once again, too early for the fives. I do want you to buy this house, but I'm looking for 600. 5,000's not going to do it at this stage. No problem. Look, I'll go 600 then on a vendor bid at 600 with me. From here, ma'am, my suggestion, 620. 600 with me on a vendor bid. Scan the room. So a lot of home, 3 bedrooms inside, that extra office to the side of the garage. A lot of home on offer at 600,000 for the first time. 620 is my suggestion. Second, 610. I'll work with you at 610, ma'am. Absolutely. 610 there. Would we go 615? At 610 here, happy to take something smaller now. Would we go 615? At 610,000, first time then, in Middle Park. Second, third, final time at 610. 615. Thank you. Welcome in. Good luck today at 615. At 615 in the middle now. 620 is my suggestion. I said it before. I'm potentially telepathic. Let's see. Or is that how it works? No, that's telepathic's not seeing the future. I think there's a different word for that. Reading minds. That's the one. At 615 here. 615 over here. Would you go 620? 620, great decision. At 620, it's now over here at 620,000. My suggestion, 625. At 620. 621. You're absolutely wanting to ignore me today, Amy. I thought we were friends, but apparently not. Oh, of course. Right, well, none of us will be friends then. At 621. That is true. We are not here to force. We're here to give you the opportunity to buy at 621. 621 in the lead. 625 is my suggestion. 621 over here. 625, absolutely. They are listening to me and they keep getting in front. So listen to my advice. I'd suggest 630. At 625 over here. Another 1,000, there we go, rejected again. This is like my dating life at 626. 626, but it does get you in front. So perhaps you have got the best strategy at 626. My suggestion, 630. 626 here, ma'am. It's against you now at 626. 628. 628 there, 628 here. 630, once again, my suggestion, but I know you like to ignore me, so do what you like. At 628, 628 here. For the first time then at 628,000, second time, third, final time at 628. I'm going to pause the auction. 630. Are you listening to my advice now? Is that what's just happened? At 6:30, maybe we are friends, maybe we're going for a coffee afterwards. At 6:30, ma'am, what do we respond with? At 630 here in the front seat. Amy and her client. At 630, I would suggest strong bids now at this point, not the ones and twos. I'd be suggesting strong, maybe the fives. 635. Give you time to discuss. Family effort. At 630 then for the first time. At 630. Second opportunity. Third, final. Don't apologise. 6325. You don't need to apologise if you're adding more money, ma'am. At 6325. That's changing it up a little bit. I don't know how you want to respond. At 6325. Where do we go to? I would suggest strength here. 640 would be my suggestion, but I know you'll ignore me. I'll just say that to eliminate it as an option at 6325. Another 500 at 633. 633. It's over here with Amy and her client at 633. Having a break, ma'am. Rest the hand. Hand it over to Nico to have a chat at 633. Once called at $633,000. Twice. Thrice called at 633. Nico, if I don't see a further bid, I'm going to pause the auction here with Amy and her client. We're going to have a conversation. Any further? 635. Another 2,000 on top. at 635. What do we do? But you've said no to me the whole time, ma'am, so I'm ignoring that now. At 635. 640 is my suggestion, but I'm happy to take another $500 at 635. I call it away then for the first time at 635,000 in Middle Park. Permanent material, rear section, solid construction. Second time. Third, final opportunity at 635 here. I'm going to pause the auction. Any further interest? No, you've bid well, but we're going to pause here. I can't sell it to you at 635, but we're going to have a conversation and we're going to see if we can get a sold sticker on it. The auction is open and live, but now paused. Ma'am will be with you in a moment and we will take you back to Ellesmere and Marshland shortly. Yep.
All right, bidders and buyers, I've got an update for you. If I could have your attention, please. We go back to Jeffreys Road. It's number 92A Jeffreys Road in Fendleton. We left the room on a live bid at $1,270,000. This is another outstanding reinvigoration of a home by Swade & Lemonade. Gosh, they do some superb work, I should say. And really, just as a fine example of their renovations, and there's been good discussion outside of the room, and an increase in the property under clause 2.6 has happily been withdrawn, and to some lovely purchasers sold. Congratulations. Swade & Lemonade, contact them. Outstanding renovations. Pleasure working with you folks. Please do another one. Jack and Jan, as always, great campaign. All right, we go now to number 8, Ellesmere Street in Marshland. It's brought to the market by Marie Sherry from our Island 2 office. It's her second offering of the day. Other side of the city, Marie. You don't have an electric vehicle, do you?
I have a hybrid.
You have a hybrid, yes, good. Gosh, she does do some great work throughout the city. Remember, we here at Holmwood can sell throughout Canterbury. Just give us a call. I know you've really enjoyed meeting the locals and those looking to be local to number 8 Ellesmere Street through your open homes. Some great numbers through, some wonderful people. The home itself is described as a freehold title, 500 square metres more or less. Your settlement date, 10th of September 2025. Order in the court, please. Big celebrations. Number 8, Ellesmere Street is 500 square metres, lot 51, deposit plan 486184, and your settlement date, as I said, 10th of September 2025. Marie, I love the configuration of this home. Gosh, it makes good sense. You've got great sunshine throughout the day, excellent separation between the entertainment spaces and the bedroom accommodation. The bedrooms are ample in size, the kitchen really the heart of the home. You've got a great vantage point to watch little ones or older ones playing in the garden. and lovely fittings, fixtures, furniture, all the rest of it. Furniture not included, I should say, but your furniture will look so good in this home. The decor is great, neutral, light and bright throughout. Lovely decking space there, excellent for entertainment. We know why people are pouring into this neighbourhood. It's safe, it's secure, and it is ever so quiet. So look, I'm really looking forward to welcoming the new owner of number 8 Ellesmere Street. But first, you've got a bid, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get underway here at number 8 Ellesmere Street. 700, nice to meet you, sir. It's $700,000. Best of luck with your bidding today. At 700, first call. At 700,000, is there 725 on the rise? Second call at 700,000. I look for 25, nice and easy. Third and final call at 700,000. Any better bid? Any better offer, sir? I'm going to place a vendor bid at 725 on behalf of my owner. Remember, always below the reserve price, always clearly identified to you, a vendor bid. At 725, would you bid me 750? At 725, the bid's with me on behalf of my vendors. First call at $725,000. Second call, 750. Much obliged at $750,000. At 750, first time. At 750,000, second call. 750, third and final call. Any better bid? Any better offer? Sir, I'm going to place a final vendor bid at 775. The value has to be there. Encourage you to come in at 800,000. Might be for a conversation for lack of competing bidding today. But if we can conclude a deal today, that means you don't have to compete with the wider conditional market at 775 bids with me. Would you say 800? Would you say something north of 775 for me? Well, this is a bit awkward then. Look, I can retract my bid. Are you prepared to take my bid at 775? We know it's not for sale at that level, folks, but perhaps a good place to start a conversation in private. All right, I retract my vendor bid at 775. The bid is now yours at 775. I'll just double check no other unconditional interest today. First call at 775, I should say. Second call. Third and final call at 775. Any better bid? Okay, folks, we need to have a conversation outside of the room. Auction is open, so if there is any improved bid from the floor, let us know. We're back with you just as soon as we can.
Kia ora, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I could just have your attention for a small update. I take you back now to 78 Fendleton Road in Fendleton. We paused some time ago on a live bid of $1,970,000. There have been some conversations outside the room, and I'm happy to say that I believe we've reached agreement. I look for confirmation that the bid has been increased to $2,060,000 on the nod, thank you, and that at that price we are on the market. Look to our owner's representative that we are on the market. We sell away unless I see further bidding at $2,060,000 once, twice, thrice called. Happy to say that 78 Fendleton Road is going, sold. Congratulations, another wonderful campaign by Ash and Spencer Sutherland Todd, and we will be back with you shortly to take you to our next property. Thank you so much. Well, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I happily take you now to 20 Leinster Road in Mirabel, brought to the market by the impeccable Catherine Picton-Warlow. A wonderful campaign, Catherine, over 40 groups through. Been very, very busy. No surprise here when you look at the photos online. Good luck to you, good luck to our owners here this morning. Now, the property itself, formally described as an estate in cross-lease, having a half share and 753 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Catherine has provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Settlement is proposed by our owners for the Friday, the 19th of September 2025, or any other date that you've mutually agreed in writing already with our owners via Catherine. The list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I take it that you have read and understood further terms of the contract 23 through to 26. You bid, you buy on that basis. Now, this is a gorgeous home, as I said. It's always delightful this time of year, arriving on a crisp spring morning, walking up the driveway, finding that home positioned at the rear of the driveway. I thought a decent amount of off-street car parking as well as that garaging. The owners did tell me that that's been a wonderful position for a camper van as well as the cars themselves. And the garage itself is possibly the most immaculate garage I've seen in quite some time, lined with hooks and cupboards for all of your storage needs. The gardens have been impeccably looked after and landscaped here. The hellebores in full winter glory at foot, espaliated camellias around the outside of the property. As you wander around, there's beautiful gravel pathways giving you access on the entire way around the property. At the front, of course, that north-facing courtyard, that wonderful pergola where you could sit out and have your breakfast there. Not a bad way to start your day. Inside, gorgeous creams and white decor throughout, that open plan living with that well-placed atrium opening to both courtyards on either side as well as the dining area. I could think that would be your morning coffee spot if you don't quite want to be outside under that pergola. You've got that open, large bedroom downstairs, 2 bedrooms upstairs with that master having that walk-in robe there and being positioned perfectly next to the bathroom. I can see exactly why Catherine labelled this as hidden sanctuary. So, where do we say go? Who would like to move into Mirabel next month? That is the opportunity I give you. Prime location, Mirabel Village within walking distance. Well, happy to get things started then. Look, I'm just going to do one vendor bid, make things nice and simple at $1,150,000. With me on a vendor bid to begin. That's all I'm doing in this auction, $1,150,000. If you have interest above that level, you bid now. Now's the time to talk. I do know, Catherine, we have several conditional parties, some in the room, some waiting to be called, some watching now. So if there's anybody in the room who wants to talk one-on-one, now is your time. Otherwise, I pass the property in and we will open to all conditional parties at once. And you'll be up against it. You'll be asking Catherine, what are the others doing? What are they offering? We won't be able to tell you. But today here, it's one-on-one and it's open and transparent. First call at $1,150,000. Second opportunity to talk one-on-one. Third, final opportunity. You're about to face competition straight after auction. Well, Catherine, I'm surprised, but no problem. We do have conditional parties waiting, so we're now going to pass the property in, clearly worth more than this at $1,150,000. If you've got interest above that level, Catherine, we could get people through this afternoon. We can get you over this weekend, but I know that there are already a couple of appointments booked, hoping that it didn't sell right now. So good luck, Catherine. Good luck to our owners. I believe we'll be seeing a sold sticker on Monday morning. Good luck to our owners. It was lovely to meet you, and absolutely worth a look. A lot on offer, as I said, in prime real estate here in Mirabel. Good luck to you, Catherine. We'll be back with you shortly to take you into our 11 o'clock slot.
Well, if you've just joined us, a very warm welcome to the Holmwood auction rooms. It's lovely to have you all here today. Welcome to our viewers online on Auctions Live. My name is Bridget Andrews and I am one of the 3 auctioneers here this morning. Our other auctioneers are Kyle Siebert, who's there walking down the back, and Daniel Pengali. Now, some key people in the room today. You've got Jason Wills here. He's going to be spotting and recording your bids today. You've got Hayden Broadbelt over there. He's our auction floor manager. And Kyle Sutherland there. He's our CEO. So if you need any help or any assistance, please don't hesitate to get one of us alongside you. On behalf of the company, a very warm welcome to the owners that we represent here this morning. We're delighted that you chose Holmwood and we wish you the very best outcome today. To the buyers and the bidders in the room, good luck today, bid strong. Now, your consultants would have given you everything you need for today, including the limb, the title and the contract from what we will work from today. Now, on the front page of that contract is the conduct of auction, the rules of the auction. So I'm going to work on the assumption that this is a new experience for some of you. So follow me while I talk you through how we're going to work with you here in the auction rooms today. In all cases, the owners have provided us with a confidential written reserve that will not be disclosed. Should that reserve be reached or breached, the highest bidder will be the purchaser. Now, if bidding doesn't reach the reserve, don't panic. It's not the end of the auction. Our practice is to pause the auction and we'll take the highest bidder into one of these side rooms here. If we don't meet a satisfactory conclusion, we'll pass the property in where it will get taken to that wider market where conditional buyers can put in an offer. Now, as the auctioneers can nominate the sums by which your bids need to be raised, and if the bid is not in the best interest of the seller, we can refuse such bids. If there's a disputed bid, we'll simply go back to the last undisputed bid and resume. Clause 2.6, now listen carefully, the owner may withdraw the property from auction before it is sold without declaring that reserve price. And it does include that situation where we've paused the auction with the highest bidder and we're in negotiations. Sometimes in those negotiations, the seller will say to the auctioneer, could you please go out to the auction floor and announce that we've withdrawn it from auction and we've sold it to the highest bidder outside the room. So if you're sitting here waiting, wanting to bid again, you will be disappointed. So please make sure we're working with your highest bid at all times. You may hear the auctioneers also use the term vendor bid. The owners have authorised us, the auctioneers alone, to bid on their behalf should that be necessary. Now, if and when we make a vendor bid, you'll be in no doubt it's a vendor bid. It's always well below the reserve price and it's to keep the auction going. If any of our Harcourt's colleagues are bidding on behalf of someone, we will identify them to you. And finally, when you hear that wonderful sound, we'll get you to sign the auction contract, arrange to pay that 10% deposit of the final purchase price, and acknowledge you've received a copy of the REA guide, and then you can go off and crack open the champagne. So we're going to move on to our first property in our 11 o'clock session. It has been brought to the market by Chloe Clark. Come up here, Chloe. The property is 67 Browns Road in Maryvale. It has been, as I said, Chloe Clark has been our agent. You really do bring some quality homes into our auction rooms, Chloe. A very warm welcome to our owners. I must commend you on what a stunning home you have. I know Chloe's really enjoyed her open homes there. To the contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 546 square metres, more or less, on record of title 169427. Settlement date is set down for the 18th of September 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date, and the chattels remain the same as the contract. And I see that SPA is staying, but as is Wearers, which is a bit of a bonus. Well, this is such a standout property, a very, very clever design. It's timeless and sophisticated. It's nice and private behind the electric gate. It just feels very secluded from everything. Very impressive. You enter home, you've got those timber floorings. The living areas are just so open and spacious, light and bright. When I visit homes, I always look for that indoor-outdoor flow, and this home has over-delivered. You've got the bifold doors opening off the kitchen dining area, and you've got the ones down the back as well. It captures that all-day sun. The outside is really impressive. It's framed by mature trees, neat lawns and hedges, and you've got that veggie garden there all ready to plant. You can relax by the cosy gas fire inside, or you can escape to that study nook, work from home and enjoy that lovely water feature. You've got the 3 bedrooms upstairs. I love that master bedroom. I love all the ceiling, the wall-to-floor doors and windows, just letting all that lovely morning, afternoon sun, and you're not going to be cold in this house, I'm sure. Now the location, we know it speaks for itself, doesn't it, Chloe? You can walk to Machino, get your morning coffee, walk to Maryvale Mall. You're zoned for Christchurch girls and boys, and you're nearby to some of Christchurch's finest private schools. Well, I know I've gone on. There's nothing else like this on the market, Chloe. This is a wonderful home. So good luck, bidders and buyers. Who would like to be the new owner of 67 Browns Road? I look for your opening bid. Someone want to start us away? It's a silent auction. Is there 1,600,000? Somewhere nice and easy to start. Is there 1.6? If you don't bid, I will. At 1.6? All right then, I'm going to go on a vendor bid at 1,600,000. I invite you in at 1,625. At 1.6, first call. Walk to those Maryvale shops. You won't need to get an Uber home. You just stumble home from number 4. Second call at 1.6. Third and final call at 1,600,000. Look, I'm going to increase that to 1,625 on a vendor bid. I'm surprised, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful opportunity. There's nothing else like this. You can lock up and leave. It's warm, it's secure, behind the private gates. If we do pass this in, it will get taken to the wider market. I know Chloe's got some hot conditional interest. At 1,625,000, first call, second time. Are you sure? Third and final time at 1,625. Well, I'm surprised. Well, Chloe, we're just going to, there don't appear to be any live bids. We're going to just move on to that next stage and we're going to pass the property in. Now that pass-in figure is 1,680,000. So anybody north of that level, contact Chloe. The property is very easy to get round. It's very, very impressive. You'll enjoy every inch of this home. So it's passed in at 1,680,000. Good luck to our owners. I'm sure we'll see a sold sticker on that sign soon. Lovely to meet you as well. Thank you. We'll be back with you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention now, I take you back to number 2, 14 Middle Park Road in Upper Riccarton, brought to the market by Sam Bowen. We have paused some time ago on a live bid of $635,000. I'm happy to say that our owners have exercised their right under clause 2.6 of the contract, and after 40 years on the property, I'm happy to say that at the price of $640,000, the property is going, sold. Congratulations to our former owners. Congratulations to our new owners. I believe you'll be very happy there. Say thank you to your family for representing you today. They've worked very hard. A wonderful campaign by Sam Bowen and Nico Foran once again, and we'll be back to you shortly with further updates.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for patiently waiting. There was some good discussion outside of the room in regards to number 8, Ellesmere Street in Marshland. A beautiful home, great configuration, super sunny private spot, brought to the market by Marie Sherry. Our purchasers have agreed to increase their bid to $833,000 with the view to owning the property. And our owners have said at that level, we sell to some very nice people at 833. Final chance, bidders and buyers, first call, second call, third and final call at $833,000. Any better bid? Any better offer? The property's going. It is going. It is. Congratulations. Gone and sold. Hey, wonderful story this in real estate. All the very best with your next chapter. Marie, great work as always. And folks, all the best with your new property. Congratulations. All right, bidders and buyers, we go now to Edgware Road. It's brought to the market by Sam Bowen and his team at the St Albans office. It is number 3 at 146 Edgware Road. It is a freehold title, 96 square metres more or less. Lot 3, deposited plan 613038 and record of title 1221139. Your settlement date as per the further terms of the contract. Celebrations in the foyer, please. You'll be celebrating life at this address here, number 3 at 146 Edgware Road, because you do take ownership of a brand new townhouse. I say townhouse reluctantly because this does feel like a home. It's ever so substantial and spacious throughout. You've got that beautiful Juliet balcony. Juliet will be saying Romeo, Romeo towards the road. Of course, he's down the way at the new Takaha Stadium enjoying the Waz. Of course, that adds to the value, your proximity to the central city. You are just on the city fringe. I just think it's such a fabulous place to invest your money. You're across 3 levels, absolute luxury, Samsung appliances, gorgeous flooring, underfloor heating, excellent ventilation systems. It's all there. And you will be aware, of course, it comes with the bonus of some garaging. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about investing in our burgeoning central city and its fringe, this is the type of property we talk about. So let's get underway here at number 3 at 146 Edgware Road. I'm in your hands. I look for an opening bidder offer. All right, not for sale at $700,000. Maybe that's a good place to start. Is there 700? Another sensational property brought to the market by M Group. They do great quality work, no cut corners, fastidious in their execution. I'll place a vendor bid then at $700,000 on the first call at $700,000. Twice the money now, $700,000. And third and final call at $700,000. Any better bid? Any better offer? Another vendor bid then at $750,000. At $750,000, a vendor bid. First time I look for $25,000 on the rise. Second call. 3 levels of panache and practicality. Second, third and final call at $750,000. All right, rather than vendor bid again, folks, I'm going to increase the bid and pass the property back to Sam. This is a sensational opportunity for those in the wider conditional market. Let me just remind you of what's on offer here, bidders and buyers. It is 145 square metres of floor area, an additional 8 square metres of that sensational sunny deck. Quality throughout this property. You'll know when you go to see it that they've absolutely invested so much time and energy into its execution. You'll reap the benefits of that quality. And I'm going to price the property on the vendor's instructions now at $829,000. I would suggest at those levels you'd make the call this afternoon. Sam and the team will get you through. Wonderful views, by the way, to our Port Hills and, of course, the Southern Alps. This is a great place to invest your money, certainly a great place to call home. All right, property's passed in, and we're back with you very shortly. Turn to our catalogue. It is the last offering of the day. It is 155 Fendleton Road in Fendleton, a prestigious street address brought to the market by a pair no stranger to this blue chip market, Jack and Jan, Marshall and Morley from the Fendleton office. And I know you've thoroughly enjoyed working with our owner. Gosh, she's a lovely person and a great property owner to deal with. Very proactive and upfront in terms of providing everything a purchaser needs to make an easy decision here at 155 Fendleton Road. It is a freehold title, 647 square metres of highly valuable freehold land, part lots 1 and 2 on deposit plan 12023, settlement date the 17th of October 2025. Perhaps you are working to a pre-arranged date. You see there that sleek and white kitchen. It is the heart of the home. But I tell you what, you take a few steps out of that kitchen and you're immediately embraced by some beautiful mid-century architecture. I think the kitchen and the other modern additions complement the era in which this property was built, but it does add such a sense of modernity and certainly quality throughout the home. It was originally designed by William Trengrove, I should say, in the 1950s, and so many of those retro features are still here. You could see the permanence of that brick exterior. That should give you plenty of peace of mind. I love the roof line. I love where the home sits on this parcel, Jack. It allows so much space in terms of outdoor entertaining. All the sunny spots you can take up with you and your friends and entertain guests and all the rest. Inside, the configuration is excellent. Gargantuan bedrooms. The master was a master stroke when that was added. That is really a suite away from the hustle bustle of the rest of the home. And really, I just think this is a wonderful combination of that mid-century flair and modern comforts. Jack, I could go on forever. I just adore this home. So let's offer it to the wider public now at 155 Fendleton Road. Bidders and buyers, I'm in your hands. I look for an opening bid, an opening offer. Who starts us away? Sir, you're a good, proficient property person. Maybe this is the one for you. Wouldn't sell at 1.2? Maybe that's a good place to start. At 1.2, bidders and buyers, what do we say? All right, then, a vendor bid at $1,200,000 a line in the sand, not for sale at that level. Is there 1.25 now? At 1.2 bids with me, first call. Second call for a Trengrove masterpiece. Third call, catapulted into the 21st century. All of the mod cons are there. At $1,200,000, I'm going to place that vendor bid at 1,250. Encourage interest at 1.3. Bidders and buyers, sir, you know real estate better than most. This is the place to purchase at $1,250,000. I seek 3. First call, second call, third and final call. Any better bid, any better offer. All right, I'm going to take that bid at 1.3 on behalf of my owner and pass the property back to Jack and Jan. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you of what's on offer here. It is a finite resource, really, a genuine mid-century classic. It's in fabulous condition on a very sizable freehold parcel. And Jack, you referred to a pre-intensification era. Of course, he refers to those suburbs built with sardine cans. This is not the case. You've got space and certainly plenty of style throughout this home, and by all accounts, lovely neighbours. So please get in touch. Clearly better than 1.3. Bidders and buyers, go and take a look. You'll fall in love as I did, and Jack will make purchasing it nice and easy for you. Property passed in, and that concludes our day here at the Holmwood Auction Room. I do beg your pardon. One more in discussion. Back with an update very soon.
Shiny lights and purple sky, everything's so bright. 기다려왔어 지금이야. Turn off your phone and off your mind. Look at you so bright. 멈출 수 없어 지금이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a road, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. 춤을 춰봐 left and right. You know you feel so right. 다른 시선 따윈 don't care. 목이 터져라 소리쳐. You know you feel so right. 이제부터가 시작이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a road, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a road, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon.
All right, bidders and buyers, thanks very much for joining us here at the Holmwood Auction Room. We've got one more property in discussion, in negotiation outside of the room, making some good progress. Should have an update for you over the next couple of hours. But for now, we're going to conclude our live stream. We thank you so much for joining us here at the Holmwood Auction Room. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will see you again next Wednesday.